NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the Piqua Indians will take on the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. And our live view sponsor tonight, Cargill. Thanks for joining us here on NK Telco Sports. I'm Dave Helmstead with you tonight, Brandon Koberman. Sidney Yellow Jackets on senior night. They're going to start a lineup full of seniors. All four of the seniors on the roster are going to be in the starting lineup tonight under head coach Jamal Foster, as the Yellow Jackets try and continue to position themselves to win the Miami Valley League. A win tonight would give them, I believe, the division title. So the next step is Miami Valley League, and of course, Piqua only 3-15. But after that, it gets a little bit tougher at Butler, and then they finish at home against Tippecanoe.
Yeah, certainly don't want to look ahead if you're Sidney, if you're Coach Jamal Foster. Jordan Scully not going to be in the lineup tonight due to maybe an undisclosed injury from what it sounds like. But you really want to be careful if you're Sidney. It's kind of one of those trap games. You know, you got that big game looming at Butler at their Student Activity Center Friday. Got to keep fresh. It's senior night. There's a lot of emotions. So Sidney getting off to a big start is going to be key here tonight, Dave.
And you look at the Sidney Yellow Jackets, and they won against Fairborn. Of course, Fairborn, a winless team without Jordan Scully. Now you look at Piqua. The Indians are 3-15 overall. Two of those three wins are against Fairborn. And head coach Bruce Vanover is trying to, I guess you would say, rebuild the Piqua program. We'll talk more about the Piqua Indians as well as the Sidney Yellow Jackets, but now our national anthem.
When I graduated from Salina, I didn't know much about the job market here.
I knew I wanted to come back to the area. I went to Hometown Opportunity, where I was looking for a local job.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me.
Linked me directly with those local companies.
And the last 6 months have been wonderful to feel that family environment again.
Piqua Indians are under the direction of head coach Bruce Vanover, and Bruce has coached at Lehman Catholic Boys, at Graham and Miami East Girls in his first year for Piqua. Now the starters for the Piqua Indians. Number 1, Abby Brookhart, a 5'10 senior. And number 22, another senior, Logan Spradling. Number 25, a junior, Audrey Bean, 5'7". Number 4 in the MVL in blocks. And number 11, Aubrey Carroll, averaging 8.1 points per game. And number 4, Davea Cooper. So those are the starters for the Piqua Indians tonight. They stand 2-13 in league play, 3-15 overall. And now, starting lineup for the Sidney Yellow Jackets. We've got lots of seniors, as we said. Number 24, Lauren Conley, a senior, will get the starting nod here tonight. Ajane Cotton, number 10. Well, that's number 1, Kara Hudgens. She's a junior. Number 30 is Cameron Edwards. And number 22, a junior, Khalees McNeil, one of the better rebounders in the MVL. Now that's Ajane Cotton. Not quite the way that the public address announcer announced him. But Ajane, the starter for the Sidney Yellow Jackets. So it's senior night, so we've got seniors in the lineup, 4 seniors. And let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight. First for the visiting Piqua Indians.
Thanks, Dave. First taking a look for Piqua. They want to win the rebound battle. They want to be able to get back in transition on defense against Sidney's tempo. They want to be able to minimize the turnovers.
And for the Sidney Yellow Jackets,
they want to create a chaotic pace and guard. They always love to press, trap. They want to do that, limit turnovers, and play a complete game here tonight, Dave.
And our keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Indians take the first 3 of tonight's game as Spradlin shot off target. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Kiara Hudgens will look to the sideline. Edwards is down low. Conley in the wing to the right side. She'll get it back out to McNeil. Over to the left side it goes, and Hudgens. Cotton out front. Conley will rotate out. There goes the lob inside to Edwards. Back out to Hudgens. Hudgens' short jumper is perfect.
Boy.
Look like they've been doing that all year, haven't they, Brandon?
Yeah, no kidding. That was beautiful. A beautiful textbook jump shot by Hudgens.
Nice passing to set it up, and with 7 minutes to go, opening quarter on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard, Sidney with a 2-0 lead. Back out. Goes inside to Cooper. Short jump shot inside the arc. No good by Spradlin, and the rebound comes down to the Yellow Jackets. Once again, Hudgens will bring it up court. Coach is looking pretty sharp down there tonight. You know, he's got a jacket on senior night.
He is, and I kind of wish more basketball coaches would go shirt and tie or suit. I've seen JV coach Caitlin Davis do it a few times. I wish more coaches would do that. I know I say that myself. I coach up in baseball. I coach up in pants. I put a belt on and a jersey on, so I know I do that in the baseball realm, but I would love to see more basketball coaches do that, and especially at the high school level.
And that's our fashion commentary for tonight, too.
Hey, don't ask me for much, but I was in Barclays and Piqua Saturday getting a suit.
Conley's 3 no good. Rebound comes back to McNeil. Out front is Hudgens. She has it, gets it back over to Conley. Hudgens. Conley's going to lose it out of bounds. That'll be Sidney's turnover. And Cooper will bring it up court. She'll dump it off to Audrey Bean. Bean goes right side over to Carroll, back to Bean. In the left wing, and it's going to find the student section. Tipped in there by Conley as she comes out on the defensive end. Inbounds pass to Cooper. Conley almost had the steal. Here comes Bean, short jumper, no good. Elise McNeil with another rebound. Here comes Hudgens across the timeline. Left side, McNeil. McNeil back to Hudgens. Hudgens. McNeil. Inside Edwards. In trouble underneath the basket. A step on the line. And the Yellow Jackets turn it over. In the corner, they get it down low to Carroll on the baseline. She'll lose it out of bounds. First sub of tonight's game. It's going to be Kendall Dickman, number 11, will come in for Cotton. Gets a nice ovation from the crowd here tonight. Kendall Dickman, Jr. So we'll have Dickman and Edwards with pretty good size in the lineup for the Yellow Jackets. Hudgens back out front to Conley. Trying to get the ball inside to Edwards. McNeil will come up with it. Hudgens will have it. Kiera over to Calise. Calise cut off there by Cooper. Gets it back out front. And Dickman will send it to the left side, and Hudgens. Hudgens trying to work her way in the lane and finally does so. Shot just off target. Rebound, Carroll. McNeil on her, shot no good. Edwards trying to chase it down, and she'll grab it. Hudgens out front. Open for the jumper after the screen. Kiera Hudgens makes it a 4-0 lead.
She's got a smooth-looking shot. Comes off that screen, just squared and ready to shoot there, Dave.
Just an outstanding player, averaging 11.7 points per game, 3.1 assists, 3.4 steals per game, all among the leaders in the Miami Valley League in the top 5. Outside jumper by Bean, no good. Edwards does a great job of blocking out to get that rebound.
Sydney's dominating the boards right now, 6-1 on that edge here, even though we've only had 2 buckets.
First National Bank Think First scoreboard, 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go. 4-0. Sydney with the early lead on senior night here at Sydney as they salute the 4 seniors on the Yellow Jacket squad. Dickman back over to Conley. She'll shoot the 3 and she'll knock it down. Lauren Conley.
She gets a round of applause as she also plays a little bit on the JV as well and was in double figures tonight in the JV win.
Big night for the Yellow Jackets. Ball goes inside to Cooper and it's going to be a foul on Dickman. And Larkin Bordemark will come into the lineup as Lauren Conley hits the 3. Open for 3. Shot no good by Logan Spradlin. Edwards with that rebound. Here comes Hudgens. Back over to Bordemark. Hudgens has it. Hudgens looks inside. She'll go pull it back out. Here comes the set play.
Hudgens going to join Lexi Brewer next year at Ohio Northern.
We heard that before the game, didn't we? That's the first I've heard that news.
Very excited, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, that's great news. Should be a wonderful addition for Ohio Northern basketball. And they're one of the better teams in the country last couple of years. Vordemark shot no good. McNeil with a rebound. Back over to Vordemark into the lane. Shot off target. Ball goes out of bounds off of Piqua. Dickman will inbound it. Vordemark will shoot the 3. Shot no good. Dickman with a rebound. Vordemark. Hudgens is going to pull it back out as Jada Schroyer will come into the lineup here in a moment for Sydney.
I liked how Vordemark was there ready to catch and shoot off the inbound play. Even though she missed it, she was ready to catch and shoot.
Hudgens, Vordemark with the basketball. Dickman gets it into Vordemark. Edwards double teamed and in trouble. It'll be a jump ball. I think Sydney plays best when Vordemark can somehow drive in that lane.
Yeah. And they're playing that zone to try to cut that off. So if you're Vordemark, you want to be more active in trying to get into that lane because you're not going to get the touches you want to generally on the arc pretty clean like that. That's a good design of a zone.
Vordemark with her first basket, and the Yellow Jackets are up 9-0. Hudgens with the steal. As Bean got back and saved the basket. Schroyer going for the steal. Ball's on the floor. Jump ball. Audrey Applegate, a sophomore, will come into the lineup for Piqua. Also in there is Ashlyn Sullivan. Inside, there's the layup, and it's going to count. Aubrey Carroll with the basket. Coach Vanover, he's trying to get the student section for Sydney fired up. He says, "Where's our applause?"
Well, that's a unique free throw.
Student section Sidney student section pointed down towards the Piqua student section, which is consisting of about what?
I don't know.
Not very many, if any. Oh, that was a good exchange. Back out front, Schroyer. Hudgens with it. Mortimer fakes the three, tries to get it to the baseline, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds. Nine to 2 our score. Schroyer, 15-footer, in and out. A rebound comes down to Cooper. Aubrey Carroll. Applegate with the basketball. Back over to Sullivan. They'll move it around quickly. Back out Cooper. And a collision inside, and that's going to be a charge against Piqua. That's against Ashlyn Sullivan, playing in the middle, and the foul goes against Sullivan. One of four seniors on the Piqua roster. Hudgens picks it up, 2.6 seconds, 15-footer, got it. Smart basketball by Hudgens, makes the most out of 2.6 seconds. First quarter basket puts Sidney up by 9. Our score, Sidney 11, Piqua 2. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Second quarter of basketball about to begin. Sidney with an 11-2 lead.
Yeah, let's take a look at that first quarter, Dave, and 6 points from Kira Hudgens, a couple jump shots. What a play there to end that quarter. Just a smart play.
Saved the time. Got a good shot because of it.
She just only had to take she took 3 dribbles in 2.6 seconds. And was able to get a clean jumper because no one from Piqua contested the basketball.
And Yellow Jackets will be patient. They try to get into McNeil, and they do so. She puts it on the floor. She'll get it back out to Vortemark into the lane. She's fouled as she gets the pass out to Schroyer. That'll go against Logan Spradlin, a 5'6" senior. Jada Schroyer will toss it in. Gets it into Vortemark. Larkin gets it back out to Schroyer. Top of the key is Hudgens, and she'll direct traffic. One of 4 seniors on the Sidney squad. Guerra wrapping up a great senior year. Hopefully they got a few more wins in them. McNeil jumper is good. Elise McNeil.
That's a nice jumper. She can develop that area of her game. She's going to become even more better next year when they're really going to need her to even step up more as they lose some seniors.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Piqua. Hudgens talking with Coach Jamal Foster as they walk it up the court. Schroyer took her eye off the basketball and almost lost it. Goes off of Audrey Bean. Edwards.
Ooh.
Come back into the game here in a moment for Sidney. Hudgens out front. Vortemark. Dickman back over to Hudgens. McNeil. Yellow Jackets just being patient. McNeil takes a step in. They'll keep moving the basketball. Hudgens will take the shot. No good, but Larkin, Vortemark had it. Taken away by Kendall Dickman on the after the Piqua rebound. Schroyer back out front. Hudgens. Shot is short. Rebound Dickman again.
Sidney's really dominating the rebounds right now, 11-3. Crashing the glass, especially on the offensive end here in the last few minutes.
They really try to pass the basketball well. As Sidney coach Jamal Foster will take the timeout. That'll be a 30-second timeout. And I'd like to remind you that tonight's varsity basketball game on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app will be on channel 152 on February the 1st at 6 p.m. and channels 3 and 503 on February 16th at 6 p.m. and February 19th at 8 p.m. You can also watch games live pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Senior night here at Sidney, and the seniors really having a nice night.
Yeah, and Kira Hudgens leading with 6 points. Lauren Conley hit a 3 early on, so really Sidney getting off to a good start. Man,
it is interesting to see the half-court approach the Yellow Jackets are taking to this game.
Yeah, and really without Scully, it hurts into their depth a little bit, so you can't probably run as much as you want to.
Well, you almost think that they're getting ready for the final 2 games of the season.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah.
And they're playing a very efficient half-court offense. They got a 13-2 lead. And it's just interesting to see when maybe they're going to turn it loose a little bit. Or if they do. It's going to be a whistle and a foul. What is that on? That's going to be on McNeil as she connected with Spradlin on her jumper there. Well, must have been before the shot as Piqua will inbound it. And immediately, Piqua coach Bruce Vanover will take a timeout with 5:07 to go. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. Tip of the hat to Cargill, our live view sponsor tonight. So thanks for watching us live here on NK Telco Sports. Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. I'll bring you tonight's game from Sidney. Yellow Jackets, 11-point lead. Jump shot no good by Carroll. Ball goes to the corner. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Brookhart. And Sidney will have the basketball. Hudgens across the timeline. Got McNeil left, Schroyer right, Edwards down low, Larkin Vortemark at the free throw line. McNeil, Hudgens. Now McNeil looks inside. Working against that zone defense of Piqua. Hudgens. Schroyer back out. Vortemark, 17-footer. Shot is short. Cooper with a rebound. Here comes Carroll. She has the only basket for Piqua so far as we're approaching the 4-minute mark of our second quarter. Short jumper off target by Spradlin. Rebound put up by Cooper. I'll make that number 15, Jada Pams, into the lineup. Schroyer's shot no good. McNeil off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound. Gets it back out to Schroyer. Vordermark will shoot the three. Hits the front of the iron. McNeil gets clobbered by Audrey Bean from the backside after yet another rebound. Is McNeil just dominating inside, Brandon.
Yeah, her and Kendall Dickman have done a nice job in clearing up those rebounds and really has created extra opportunities. It's a 14-5 rebound advantage for Sidney right now.
Substantial difference on the boards favoring Sidney. Cooper back into the lineup for Piqua as Brookhart will catch a breather. Piqua up court quickly. McNeil's got a push there. It's going to go against Elise.
It's her second.
Inbounds pass. 3-point shot, Spradlin, no good. Ball goes off of the Indians as Pam's, a 5'10 senior, had her hands on it. Coach Foster shouts directions to his squad. Hudgens. Edwards comes out in the corner. Vordermark will go out front. Edwards back over to Hudgens on the right side. Short jumper. In and out. Rebound. Edwards needs to put it up. Does. Battle for the rebound. It's going to come back off to Aubrey Carroll. Carroll handling the basketball in the backcourt. Across the timeline. Left side it goes. Spradlin. Guarded closely by Schroyer. Out front it comes to Bean. Vordermark on her. Inside the lane. Carroll gets back out. Cooper, and there's going to be a foul. That'll go against Schroyer.
And Piqua needing something to go their way on offense. It was only 11-2 after the first quarter, so even Sidney's been very lifeless this second quarter on the offensive end. So Big Cooper with a big free throw there.
It's just like it's possession by possession by possession.
Exactly.
And then lots of rebounding. A lot of missed attempts inside that should be made, really.
Yeah.
What are we going to call that zone? A 3-2? Or a 1-2-2? Or it looks like a matchup zone of some sort. Matchup,
yeah.
Yep. Schroyer's out front. Vordermark could use a three-point shooter to fire a few over this.
Yeah, that's where they're missing Scully right now, really. And only 2 points this quarter. They've got to be more active on their movement. They're very stationary, too stationary in this zone. They need to move a little more. You need to really move girls like Hudgens and Vordermark more around the arc.
Vordermark dumps it off to Edwards. And somehow that's the play that's got to happen. Fairborn did the same thing in the first half. They packed it in a zone. Same situation. Scully was out against Fairborn as well. And they just packed it in.
Here comes the pressure, and now you're going to see the pace of the game change if Sidney sticks with this.
Hudgens will tip it away. Inbounds pass coming up. Logan Spradlin dumps it off to Audrey Bean, gets it across the timeline, almost loses control. There's Spradlin. Connects. Logan Spradlin. Makes it 13-7.
They were due for one of those to fall, so first three-pointer hit of the game. And now it's a 13-7 game in a blink of an eye, a 5-0 Piqua run.
Minute 9 to go here before half. Vordermark, Dickman. Out to Vordermark, around it goes. Hudgens will take that three. Shot no good, rebound. Comes down to Carroll. Spradlin loses it. Vordermark's going to pick it up. Trying to pick up the tempo. Hudgens has it right side. She'll come back out front. Vordermark will shoot the three. Shot no good inside Hudgens. Puts it up. I thought she was fouled.
Yeah.
But the travel on the rebound by Audrey Bean gives Sidney the basketball with 33 seconds to go.
Sidney's missed 11 shots in a row, Dave.
That'll slow you down. Hudgens pulls it back out. Clock coming up on 14 seconds. Pass goes into Dickman. Back over to Hudgens. Dickman puts it up. Shot partially blocked. And we're going to go to halftime with this score. Sidney 13, Piqua 7. Piqua's got to be happy about this halftime score. We'll be back with our halftime stats and the second half of play. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here at Sidney on senior night. Yellow Jackets with a 6-point lead here at halftime in a really slow-paced first half of play. Yellow Jackets, what was it, 13-2?
Yeah, 11-2.
11-2, and we're sitting at 13-7 at halftime. Yellow Jackets really staying in a half-court game so far, which I have a feeling is going to change once we start this third quarter. Let's take a look at those numbers here at halftime, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems.
Thanks, Dave. And first taking a look for Piqua, they were 2 of 14 from the field, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, 9 boards, 5 turnovers, and they were 2 of 3 from the stripe. For the Sidney Yellow Jackets, they were 6 of 25 from the field, 1 of 8 from beyond the arc, 16 boards, 4 turnovers, and they were 0 of 2 from the charity stripe. After the first quarter, it was 11-2 our score, and now as it stands right now at 13-7.
And you look at this, and boy, 25 shots. They took 25 shots, and again, without Scully in the lineup, the three-point field goal shooting really has suffered. They've had shots.
Well, and they're just
have to make a few. Lauren Conley, a senior, who limited varsity playing time, hit the 3 early in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're just very stationary in that zone, got very stationary. And I think it was a good idea to switch to the trap, try to change the pace here going into this second half.
And let's see what happens here. We start the third quarter. Piqua has the basketball. They trail by 6. Vordermark will make the steal. Piqua has a turnover.
And that's another thing. Piqua only had 5 turnovers. You're the favored team. You're the heavy favored team. You can't allow 5 turnovers. You got to try to create double-digit turnovers every half.
Out front is Hudgens. She'll direct traffic. Vordermark right side. They cover it up inside on Dickman. McNeil is on the backside. Vordermark comes out, tosses it over to Schroyer. Back out to Hudgens. Hudgens, Schroyer, Vordermark, and Hudgens as they'll be patient. Cross court, Schroyer inside the arc. Shot no good. Great shot. Open.
Yeah.
It doesn't go. Ball is loose as Bean goes to the floor, but picked up there by Carroll. Got a whistle.
And a timeout.
30-second timeout taken by Piqua head coach Bruce Vanover. And we'd like to remind you tonight's game brought to you by First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwedeman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, Knoxville Supply, Securecom, Butts Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment Corporation, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. And if you're watching live, thank the folks at Cargill for bringing you today's broadcast of Sidney and Piqua NBL play. Ball goes into Carroll. Back out to Cooper for 3. Shot no good. Bean with the rebound. Loses the ball. Here comes Vordermark up court. Cross court, McNeil. McNeil on the baseline. In trouble. Cooper is going to draw the foul, or let's see if it's on the backside. It's going to be on Cooper. Nevea Cooper with the foul. Vordermark, shot no good. Rebound Hudgens.
Hudgens just caught it in stride like a wide receiver.
Brings it right back out front. Dickman over to the left side, and Hudgens just trying to solve his zone. And if you can't hit some of these outside shots, they're going to sit in this all night, Brandon.
No one was making.
You have to hit a couple of shots to get them loosened up.
And basically, you've got to work that middle. They are packing it there in the middle, but you got to have someone. You could even work someone in the short corner. If, like I said, Khalees McNeil hit that shot from the short corner in the first half, you get something like that. That works too. But they're not driving it where they need to.
There's a reach. Hudgens working the baseline. Foul will go against Cooper. Cooper's a junior. Jada Pams, a senior, will come back in as Cooper will go out. That's Cooper's third. Foul goes against Dickman. Must have been an illegal screen.
Yeah, illegal or some sort of push, some sort of extracurricular contact.
Yellow Jackets applying the pressure. Dickman will tip it away. It's going to go out of bounds. Stays with the Yellow Jackets, or stays with the Indians of Piqua. Spradlin will inbound it. Ball tipped away by Vordermark. Inbounds pass. Bean She'll take that extra step.
It's close. I didn't think she quite did it.
I thought it was a travel all the way.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know. I was right on the border, but Coach Van.
For that JV game.
they're a little smile on the face of Coach Bruce Vanover. But you mentioned it earlier. He's won a lot of games. He's a very experienced coach.
Got a couple of 100 victories. That 210, I think it is. 210
Yeah.
wins to his credit.
So all around, really, Miami and even Champaign County and Shelby County. So he's been around.
Out front, it goes to Hudgens. Watermark. Hudgens. That zone defense just keeps the Yellow Jackets away from penetrating. Watermark's going to go inside and just gets tripped up, but the ball tipped out of bounds by Piqua.
I just thought that was a good call. Really no contact by, illegal contact, I should say.
Hudgens. Back out front, Schroyer over to the left side, Watermark. That's what we want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll call the foul.
Exactly. That's what, and you're right. That's what you want to see Sidney do. They've missed, and they can't really buy a bucket here lately. 2, 7, 12. They've missed their last 15 field goal attempts.
And how many of those were three? Probably half of them.
Yeah. You just get lazy and you get content on shooting the outside shot. And that's what a zone does at times. If you're hitting that three-point shot, it's a completely different story. But if you're not, you have to adjust.
And Watermark will connect on the free throw. She's a 66% free throw shooter. McNeil will be guilty of the foul. That's her third. That hurts.
Yeah, especially with the depth. And, we know Scully is not playing tonight, but Sidney, desperately missing her.
Watermark read that play very well. Gets out and stopped inside. Ball is going to come back out. I think Watermark thought she was fouled.
Yeah,
Hudgens
it's just
for
a case.
Three. Shot no good. Dickman in the corner gets the rebound. Back out to Hudgens. She moves inside. Dishes it to Watermark for three. Got it. Larkin Watermark.
And just due for one right there, Dave. Due for one. A big shot for Sidney to fall.
Watermark gets the three, and that really creates a difference. 11-point Sidney lead, 4:08 to go. Third quarter action. Spradlin with the basketball. Now Brookhart has it. Brookhart pulls it up, back over to Spradlin. Spradlin looks inside for Cooper. And a reach by Dickman. Just could not resist reaching around, and definitely contact made.
Mm-hmm.
Edwards will come in. Dickman will go out. Dickman with 3 fouls.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets. Now there's 3:56 to go. And shot up and in. Jada Pams gets the basket.
Just threw it up, and Edwards walled up very nicely. It was good straight-up defense. Pretty textbook, but, shot just falls for Pams.
Schroyer. McNeil, and now Hudgens. Watermark in the corner. Hudgens into the lane, all sorts of people there. Good defense by Bean. Ball loose, picked up by Hudgens. She'll take that short jumper. No good. Ball is going to go out of bounds and off of Schroyer as number 15, Jada Pams, will hit the floor.
Seems to be all right.
And Ashlyn Sullivan, number 34, will come in as Pams will go out. Carroll to inbound it, gets it into Sullivan. Sullivan will handle it against Edwards. Gets it across the timeline. Beam will pick it up, almost lost it, pulls it back out top of the key, and Carroll. goes to the right side in front of the student section. Wild pass picked off by Vordermark. Going in for the layup against Brookhart. Backside help as Audrey Bean, 5'7" junior, blocked Vordermark's shot. But Yellow Jackets will have the basketball. They have a 9-point lead, which in this contest, 9 points is a lot to lead by.
Seems like a mountain.
That's correct. Hudgens got it. Foul will go against Aubrey Carroll. Hudgens. She's got 8 points. Hudgens going for the three-point play. And she gets it. She has 9. Yellow Jackets lead now is at 12 points. Inbounds pass goes to Sullivan in the corner, guarded by Vordermark. Carroll with it now for Piqua, looking inside. Boy, odd pass, but picked up there by Bean. Puts up a second shot and draws the foul. I don't know how that pass made it that far without being stolen.
I don't know either.
It's almost one of those optical illusions where that ball went from where it was thrown.
That's a good way to put it. I didn't think about it that way.
So Abby Brookhart steps to the line. Just a little bit too strong. She's a little frustrated with herself. Second free throw, no good, and McNeil will grab the rebound. I'll tell you, McNeil is just a silent rebounder.
Yeah.
You look up at the end of the game, and she's got 8, 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
Back over to Hudgens. Hudgens, there's that shot. A little bit short this time, gets her own rebound. Brings it back out, gets it to McNeil. McNeil says, me? Hudgens says, yeah, that was for you. You're standing there.
Oh, good stuff.
Oh, one of those nights.
Yeah,
it's at the point of the season when you've just seen enough basketball.
Oh, yeah. We've seen a ton,
yes,
to say the least.
Yes, backcourt, we got a timeout.
Timeout. Full timeout by Coach Vanover.
Coach Vanover from Piqua says, I got to talk about this as well. 2:19 to go in the third quarter. Sidney 21, Piqua 9. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
21-9, Sidney with the lead against rival Piqua. Two teams knocking heads in this one. Always interesting basketball when these two schools get together, and tonight is no exception. And Kiera Hudgens takes it away, lead pass Vordermark, and it's going to go out of bounds. Vordermark unable to bring it in.
And each team in the bonus the rest of this quarter, too. They can work that to their advantage if they can be aggressive.
54. We got 4 fouls each. Sidney just pressing.
And there it is.
Kind of the same approach that I saw on Saturday against Fairborn. And, Fairborn with, I think, 8 freshmen and 11 on the roster in their whole program. And kind of a similar type of game as to this one, though. Sidney had just a little bit more offense. We haven't ended up where they ended up Saturday, but same kind of a game. And you kind of wonder, with the two big games coming up in Butler and Tip, if this helps Sidney.
Yeah.
You get a little concerned because you don't want to lose the momentum that they have had throughout this season. They've had good momentum. And, of course, you got an injury and, some things like that going on. But it'll be interesting to see how Sidney finishes these two games coming up.
And you're right, and that's what teams always say about, wanting to play in tournament. If you play against a team that, maybe struggles a little bit, you pick up on bad habits, and by the time you're playing teams that are competitive, it's not good.
Sullivan tries to make the move inside on Edwards, but loses it. Here comes Hudgens, right side. Vordermark for three. Shot no good. Cooper or Pams had it for a moment. Sidney will knock it away, but here come the Indians, and they'll turn it right back over. And this is what you want. Vordermark's going in, and she'll score. Larkin Vordermark, that's where she excels. She's a soccer player. She can run all day. We got a whistle and a foul.
We got an injury.
Or an injury, excuse me. Looks like Kiana Huckleby will come into the lineup for Edwards.
She had a nice game in the JV contest. She had 15.
And also number 21, that's Arns.
Yeah, Ashlyn Arns.
Arns.
Leah Arns, my bad.
She's going to get some action. Court length pass brought in by Bean. Shot no good, and Huckleby races up court and into the baseline. If she does on the baseline in this game like she did in the junior varsity game, Brandon, it's going to be a big help for the Yellow Jackets.
Probably a track meet.
Yep, she did a great job. I forget how many. She had
15.
15 points.
Yep.
And Hudgens trying to find Huckleby, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Sydney with 4 turnovers this quarter, matching their first half total.
21 seconds, and Sidney will drop back and pick them up at half court as the clock comes up on 15 seconds. There's a nice lead pass. Bucket no good by Bean, and here comes Hudgens. She goes to the floor. Ball is loose, picked up, and it's going to be Sidney basketball as Aubrey Carroll lost the ball right in front of the Piqua bench, and Sidney will have a shot at it. 4.8 seconds.
Hudgens I don't know, she maybe got a little floor burn there or something. That's going to hurt.
Well, she's a scrapper. She was on the floor trying to get that loose ball. She's got it. She's going to take a three out front. They'll go to the corner. Vordermark's open. I thought she had that. And Coach Foster wants a foul right in front of the bench. And I'm afraid he's just going to walk away with nothing there. We move on to the fourth quarter as the debate continues. Sidney 23, Piqua 11. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Piqua with the basketball. They trail by 12 into the final 8 minutes of this one. Offense has been the problem for Piqua. Well, actually, offense has been the problem for both
sides. Yeah. It's been a titanic struggle.
What is the shooting for Sidney? so far here through 3 quarters, Brandon.
And I got to add up our totals here. 15.
There's the steal Werdemark. Don't worry, I'll let you know when they miss.
15, so 3, 9. 9 of 40, so that would just be about 23%.
They've taken 40 shots, which is a
now
lot
41.
41 shots they've taken. McNeil's shot is partially blocked there by Audrey Bean. Now, how many shots is Piqua taking?
Piqua's taken 19 shots.
Wow, what a difference. And a lot of those are on offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Yellow Jackets will lose the basketball.
Yeah, third quarter they dominate the rebounding category there, 8-4. At halftime it was 16-9 that they led. So, I mean, it's things like that where you're like, we're just getting chances, but they're just not falling. It hasn't been your night if you're the Jackets.
On the baseline, back out. There's Spradlin. She was due, and she connects. 23-14, timeout. Piqua, our score, Sidney 23, Piqua 14. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
9-point lead for Sidney. We've got in the fourth quarter here. Timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip this season, and we've got 6:45 to play in this one, and it's 23-14, and looking for some kind of offense here from the two teams.
Yeah, it's been pretty lifeless here. I mean, it's just been a struggle, but you still need to work the ball around that zone.
Hudgens out front. Schroyer. There's Vordemark. Vordemark wants to go into the lane. There's a good jumper. Shot no good. She'll get her own rebound. It's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be a travel on Abby Brookhart.
Oh, they called it a travel. Huh.
And I'm not sure about that one as well, but inbounds pass taken away. It was intended for Hudgens. Here comes Carroll. Chased down by Hudgens. Out front, Cooper. 5-second count is on. Almost a steal by Schroyer as Bean will bring it back out. Brookhart inside. Cooper, nice move. Shot does not go. McNeil with the rebound. Hudgens pushing it up court. Right side, there's Vordemark. Vordemark back out to Schroyer. Schroyer back over to Vordemark. Dickman is in the corner. McNeil on the opposite side. There's where the basket goes. And Elise McNeil. Boy, that's a big basket. Good to see her get into the offensive picture here in the second half.
I tell you what, Dave, she's taken that foul line or that baseline jumper like 2 or 3 times. She's connected twice. She's got to develop that part, especially in going into next year, I feel like.
That's the kind of offense they need to complement the other scorers in the lineup. Jada Pams will come back into the lineup. Inbounds pass tipped away, but it comes right back to Spradlin on the baseline. In trouble, McNeil on her. Cooper working on Dickman. Turnaround. Nice shot by Davia Cooper, a 5'9" junior.
Nice little turnaround. And Piqua's 3 of 8 shooting this half. Just haven't got many shots off.
In that zone, Hudgens just pulls it back a little bit. You could just about take this one down to the wire if you wanted to.
I'm surprised Sidney has not done that at some point, sometime. how much they've struggled on offense tonight. Just pulling it out with a 9-point lead. With the way offense is struggling, that sounds like a not nearly insurmountable, but a lot, where you could just milk clock and force man-to-man.
Hudgens connects. 27-16, 11-point lead. Hudgens into double figures with 11. Fouls are not an issue right now for either team. Hudgens with the steal. They'll sit in that zone defense. Hudgens goes inside trying to find a baseline. Ball tipped away and out of bounds by Bean. Timeout, Sidney. 30-second timeout. I'd like to remind you that replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app are on Channel 152, February the 1st at 6 p.m. Channel 3 and 503, February the 16th at 6 p.m. and February 19th at 8 p.m. You can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. You take a look at the division and the league race. Sidney has a 13-2 record. Stebbins in the Valley Division is second with an 11-4 record. So a win tonight wraps up the divisional title for Sidney. Overall in the Miami Division, Butler with a 12-3 record. Hudgens shot no good. McNeil with a rebound. Back out front to Schroyer. Tip at 11-3. So got a one-game lead over Butler, and that is the big game coming up, and that's a part of a boy-girls doubleheader down at Butler on Friday.
It's exciting. It's fun to see that they're doing that. Rushing versus Sales did something like that Saturday.
Dickman trying to battle the rebound. Vordermark had a nice shot inside.
Yeah. And that's the shots you want to see her take. Well, you mentioned that earlier. She's got to take shots like that.
Back out front, it goes to Hudgens. Vordermark. Cooper is on her. Hudgens will have it. McNeil on the baseline, double teamed in that zone. Vordermark back out to Hudgens. Hudgens, short jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Pam's, but McNeil will draw the foul.
That'll be her fourth.
That's 4 on Khalees McNeil. That's could be about 3:21 to go, so it just depends. Looks like she will stay in the lineup. 11-point lead for Sidney. Cooper. Brookhard over to the left side. Carroll inside. Rebound shot by Bean, no good. Rebound's going to go off of Kendall Dickman for Sidney. And Piqua will inbound it. Brookhart with a short jumper, no good. Dickman will grab the rebound. Boy, she had really a pretty good look there, right?
She did. Watermark just got a piece of the ball there. And now this is the point where I think if you're Sidney, you really just pull the ball out. Why attack that zone at this point in the game anymore? Take the ball out, burn the clock, let them come after you, and get the easy layups to seal the game. That's my opinion, at least. I don't think there's any point in working the ball around the arc with the way you've been shooting.
There's the pass inside. Hudgens puts it up. And she'll draw the foul and go to the line. And the foul situation, that's Piqua's first. So they got 4 fouls to burn, or 3 fouls to burn before Sidney would be shooting. Yellow Jackets have 2. Let's see if Hudgens can connect on the free throws. Free throw a little bit strong. She's got 11 on the night. Seems like she's got more than 11, but I guess when you think of an overall offensive output of 27, the ratio is pretty high. Second free throw drops home. 28-16, 12-point lead for Sidney. Pressure defense. Short jumper, no good by Carroll. Carroll off the glass, shot no good. Ball tipped away there by Cooper. Hudgens gets it in the corner. Timeout, Sidney. I think Coach Foster saw the trap in the corner. That's a 30-second timeout. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwedeman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio all bringing you tonight's game. Our live view sponsor, thank the folks at Cargill for bringing this contest live. 12-point lead by the Sidney Yellow Jackets. They'll take the timeout on senior night. And our seniors tonight: Kiara Hudgens, Ajane Cotton, Lauren Conley, and Cameron Edwards, all saluted between the junior varsity and varsity games here tonight. And all four of those seniors were in the starting lineup in our opening minutes of play, and saw some extensive playing time in that first quarter.
Yeah, and Sidney trying to get this win, and with the win they'll be in the Valley Division lead.
And Piqua is going to change defenses up a little bit, trying to go for the trap as they find themselves down by 12 with less than 2 minutes to go. Of course, they've got to put the ball in the basket here in a quick fashion. Got to score 12 points over the next minute 53, and you look at that, they scored 16 up until this point. In almost, 30 minutes of play.
Yeah.
So, have to be an offensive renaissance for Piqua here in the closing minutes of this contest. Hudgens, double team, back over to Vordermark, back to Hudgens, up and in. Kiara Hudgens, she's got 14, and the Jackets lead at 14.
Oh, that was smooth, little finger roll high up off the glass. Nicely done, and that should put the nail in the coffin here tonight.
Lauren Conley come back into the game here in just a moment, as Cooper will handle it. Now back over to the left side, and Bean out front. Brookhart inside, and nice move as Cooper with the bucket.
She's got
Hudgens
6.
Up and in. They get 32-18, Kiara Hudgens. Jump shot from the corner, no good. Ordemark's going to lose it, picked up by Hudgens. I think they want it over and back.
We're going to get just getting some subs in, get their seniors in.
Maybe we take one senior out.
Just said he wants a sub timeout.
So they take the 30-second timeout. Our timeouts this season brought to you by Precision Strip. And the four seniors, along with Khalees McNeil, will finish tonight's game against Piqua. Sidney up by 14, 32-18. And if you'd like replays of tonight's game on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on channel 152, February the 1st at 6 p.m., channels 3 and 503. On February the 16th at 6 p.m. and February 19th at 8 p.m. You also can watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports. And more games are on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. 35 seconds remain, and the seniors are in the lineup with the freshmen. Kiana Huckleby, Cotton with the basketball. Hudgens, she'll pull it back out, and we're just going to count this one down. Huckleby over to her left, Conley in the middle. Cotton tries to get it inside to Edwards. Shot no good by Carroll, up and in. And Conley shot no good. That's going to do it. The winner, Sidney, 32. And Piqua 20, 12-point win for the Yellow Jackets. They move on to 16-4 overall and 14-2 on league play, and they will play Butler on Friday, a game which will have huge implications in the MVL race. The win tonight wraps up the Valley Division for the Yellow Jackets, but bigger and better things, the MVL title. They've got Butler on Friday, then they'll wait until Saturday, the following Saturday, to play Tip here at home and wrap the season up. Piqua, on the other hand, they fall to 3-16, 2-14 overall, and they will play at Tip on Saturday. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's game. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco are additional sponsors. Scoreboard sponsor tonight, First National Bank. Keys to the game, Keyhole Pizza. Timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. Player of the game, which we'll announce here in just a moment, brought to you by NK Telco, as well as our post-game statistics brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems and our live view sponsor, Cargill. Other sponsors of tonight's broadcast, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwiedemann, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Securicom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on channel 152 on February the 1st at 6 p.m. and on channels 3 and 503 on February the 16th at 6 p.m. and February the 19th at 8 p.m. You can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports. More games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. And now we move on to our post-game statistics brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems.
Thanks, Dave. First taking a look for the Piqua Indians. They were 7-28 from the field, so exactly 25%. 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. They had 16 boards, 18 turnovers, 4 of 7 from the free throw line. For Sidney, they were 13 of 53 from the field, 2 of 14 from beyond the arc, 31 boards, 12 turnovers, and they were 4 of 7 from the field.
And our stats brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. We move on to our player of the game. I knew who I would pick as our player of the game, a senior.
Kara Hutchins?
I think that's who I would take.
All right, I'm going to take her too. And she had a nice game tonight. I mean, she did 13 points. You know, biggest thing you hope for Sidney is Scully gets healthy. You know, you got to get into a groove, and I think when you lose your lead scorer, it often hurts, and it's affected Sidney. They've been able to get by against Piqua and against Fairborn, two of the lower teams in the conference. But when it turns around Friday and you're playing Butler, you've got to be very sharp. So tomorrow's practice, it'll probably be a light practice, probably more of a walkthrough, and you'll look at some film from the first game when he lost to Butler. But, you've got to be able to go and be firing on all cylinders if you're Sidney.
Yep, Kiara Hudgens, a senior, playing a great basketball game here tonight on, I guess you would call it senior night. They saluted all four of the seniors. Kiara Hudgens, Ajane Cotton, Lauren Conley, and Cameron Edwards. Khalees has got another year to go.
Yeah.
Seniors tonight here at Sidney. And our post-game stats all brought to you by Grand Lake Health System. That's going to do it for us. Sidney a winner, 32, Piqua 20, and big final 2 games of the season for the Sidney Yellow Jackets coming up. And the next one at Butler on Friday, which will go a long way in determining who wins the MVL championship. That's going to do it for us from Sidney. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me tonight, Brandon Coverman. You've been watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.